In order for something to function properly, it must be carefully designed. Bridges are not sturdy, clothes do not fit, and video games are not fun unless they are designed properly. The same could be said for our universe. There is a perfect density of mass and energy to prevent the inward and outward curvature of space, the existence of rainbows, the fact that plants heal us, and all scientific units are mathematically connected. Everything is in perfect balance, an effect that is not possible without careful planning. If we are assuming the universe was designed, we can also assume that it was done in the most efficient way possible, an assumption that can be used to theorize many aspects of our lives. Scientists estimate that the universe is 13.8 billion years old and consists of 2 trillion galaxies that each contain roughly 100 billion stars. Most people recognize that this habitat is far too large to only support life here on Earth. The Drake equation is a widely accepted model among the scientific community that is used to estimate the number of technologically advanced civilizations that exist in our galaxy. It is not a stretch to say that species on other planets have formed civilizations and advanced their technology over millions of years. If the human race manages to survive, what will our technology look like millions of years in the future?
Now you can see a video game that's photorealistic, almost photorealistic, and millions of people playing simultaneously. And you see where things are going with virtual reality. Eventually, those games will be indistinguishable from reality. They'll be so realistic, you will not be able to tell the difference between that game and the reality as we know it. And then it seems like, well, how do we know that that didn't happen in the past? And that we're not in one of those games ourselves?
There are many possible ways in which the universe could have come into existence. The most likely scenario is that we are experiencing a digitally constructed reality that was created by beings who also exist in a similar digital reality that was created by other beings.
Oh my god, Rick! How dumb are you? You're inside a simulation of a simulation inside another giant simulation!
This concept is depicted in Season 2, Episode 6 of Rick and Morty, where we learn that Rick's spaceship is powered by a universe that he created to power his spaceship battery. Rick and Morty enter the battery to fix it, and discover that the creatures powering his spaceship have also created a universe, and in that universe, another universe has been created.
So he made a universe, and that guy is from that universe, and that guy made a universe, and that's the universe where I was born?
You learned in school that matter never touches. The outside world does not consist of solid matter. Your body, the chair you are sitting on, and the entire planet is roughly 99.9% empty space. Your chair is supporting your weight because the atoms that it consists of have been arranged in a particular way to create a code that states it is able to do so. The feeling of touch is merely another part of the code. You are not actually touching it. The outside world is nothing more than an information field that our brain decodes and materializes for us. Theoretical physicists who have devoted their lives to examining mathematical equations of string theory have speculated that molecular particles behave in a manner similar to Shannon coding, which is a data compression technique used in computer coding.
It's not just sort of resembles computer code, you're saying it is computer code.
It's not even just is computer code, it's a special kind of computer code that was invented by a scientist named Claude Shannon in the 1940s. That's what we find very, very deeply inside the equations that occur in string theory. and in general in systems that we could say are supersymmetric.
Okay. Time to go home, I think. Where are we going to go? So are you saying we are all just, there's some entity that programmed the universe, and we're just expressions of their code?
Well, I didn't say that. Some of those
Like the Matrix?
Matter cannot exist without sound and vibration. Cymatics is a phenomenon that occurs when a surface with small particles or a liquid is vibrating to show symmetrical patterns based upon the frequency. The following is sand vibrating on a metal plate at different frequencies.
The sand is pushed from areas where the vibration is strongest and collects where it is the weakest, forming patterns that correspond to the particular tone that is applied to the plate. The higher the frequency applied, the more complex and detailed is the pattern that results. Under controlled conditions, these forms are repeatable. Alexander Lauterwasser is a photographer who makes captivating images of water under the influence of sound vibrations. As a child, Alexander raised tortoises at home in Heiligenberg, Germany. He came across illustrations of Chladni sound figures that bore a striking resemblance to a tortoise shell.
It is likely that our universe is resonating at a frequency that provides the means for matter to take shape and for all laws of physics to orchestrate. The term dimension is often used quite loosely. Its actual definition refers to the perspective of a space and the extension of matter in a given direction. The first dimension is the perception of matter consisting of only length. The second dimension is the perception of matter consisting of length and width. The third dimension is the perception of matter with length, width, and height. The fourth dimension is duration of time. The fifth dimension is parallel timelines. The sixth dimension is alternate universes. We have no way of knowing if there are fourth or fifth dimensional creatures in the universe. It is unlikely, but if they do exist, then fourth dimensional creatures will have the ability to move forwards and backwards in time. A fifth dimensional creature will have the ability to move forwards and backwards in time, as well as between parallel universes. A sixth dimensional creature will have the ability to move between parallel universes and move forwards and backwards in time in different universes that they have permission to enter. actions dictated by fate. It is not possible for both free will and beings capable of seeing the future to exist simultaneously. If the creature were to see your future self, they would be seeing a culmination of all the decisions you made to end up at that point, therefore fating you to make those exact same decisions from the present. Since it is likely that both proponents do exist, there must be a loophole. Also, in a universe containing a nearly endless number of possible outcomes, would it not make more sense for all of them to occur instead of just one? Scientists are able to state with a certain degree of certainty that our universe did in fact have a starting point. Combining this knowledge with the multiverse theory articulates a situation in which the first moment of the universe contained no degree of variability or randomness. All preceding moments fracture off of their previous moments to fulfill a scenario in which something could have possibly happened, and therefore it does.
How is this possible?
Infinite timelines, infinite possibilities, including a timeline where Jerry's a movie star.
This is a representation of the number of realities in which our sun exists. This represents the number of realities in which planet Earth existed 4.5 billion years ago. And this represents the number of realities in which you were born. Every moment within the multiverse, including past, present, and future, always exists and occurs simultaneously. From our point of view, we remember playing baseball at a family reunion 8 years ago as something that happened at a previous point in time. However, that baseball game is being played right now, with your conscious experience of that day making up one of billions of versions of yourself that also played in that game, left as an imprint in space and time. Living creatures not only live in the moment, but the entire multiverse exists in the moment, so to speak. Our experience in this universe is no more tied to different versions of ourselves than different people are together. You will only experience life on Earth in this body one time. There is no need to relive different versions of yourself because these versions have already done so and left their imprint in an impossibly vast system that never changes.
Fuck me, pal. Fuck you. No. Fuck me.
This means that the extent of your free will is limited only by the number of parallel universes in which you have to choose from, and that all future versions of yourself exist in this very moment. Your actions will determine which of those moments you will experience. Our universe began 13.8 billion years ago, but as you can see from the previous example, that this number is entirely arbitrary. Time is nothing more than another variable, like gravity, that was put in place to help determine the setting. The universe has always existed, and always will. Most belief systems include an underlying theme that we are being tested. This theory makes sense when you consider that our daily lives consist of a barrage of challenges to overcome in order to achieve something or avoid a negative outcome. Society advocates that individuals with wealth and power are the ones who are successful, but are these good measurements for success? Sir Isaac Newton was the first to confirm that for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. If you push against a solid object, the material will push back on a molecular level with equal force. Karma is similar in the sense that every mental, emotional, and physical act, no matter how insignificant, is projected out into the universe and eventually returned to the individual with equal impact. While we continue to assume the universe was designed in the most intelligent and efficient way possible, consider babies that were born addicted to heroin or children being diagnosed with cancer. From our perspective, these events are clearly not the most intelligent and efficient way for reality to be designed. and are therefore viewed as acts of random chance or bad luck. That's not to say that everyone deserves the circumstances they were born with. It's more likely that they were designated to be tested in a different way. Keeping the less fortunate in mind, we can deduct that the most intelligent and efficient way for the universe to have been designed is through laws of karma and reincarnation.
Everything that happens is recorded and the book of life.
Our actions impact other people's lives. This impact resonates with and is recorded by the universe. A truly successful person works hard to make the world a better place and seizes all possible opportunities to help others.
Stay on the path.
Picture yourself on a bus that's taking off from a stop. You notice a man that has shown up late and is frantically trying to get the attention of the driver. You clear your throat and shout for the bus driver to stop, allowing for the man to get on the bus. Although the only person who benefits is the man, you are now in a version of reality in which the man is not late for where he needs to be. By performing a good deed, you are now experiencing a better version of reality, which is the purpose of our lives. Your next life will be in a different galaxy, determined by your previous shortcomings. If you live a good life by working hard and helping others, you will be born again on a different planet with better conditions to be tested again. Once you have accumulated enough good deeds, you will earn a body that is part of an advanced civilization and eventually be granted the ability of traveling between different digitally constructed universes. No matter what a person's view of the world is, all that matters is that they understand that their well-being is no more important than that of another's. How much fun you had, how much food you ate, the opportunities you missed, and the wealth you have accumulated is all irrelevant. Once your time has come and gone, all that matters is the extent to which you have made the world a better place. That is the test.